Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a beautiful night.
It is.
In Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's very nice weather this week, and I'm very thankful for that. As you know, I cut lawns for a living, allegedly, and it's been a nice break from the humidity. But I'm glad that you all are here. Of course, we got Jesper, the Danish sexy beast.
So hang on. Somebody, in my joke, I says the mic is wrong again.
God dang it.
We're pros here.
Fuck me. Son of a bitch, Windows. I hate you.
Wash your mouth out.
There we go. Sweet Jesus Almighty.
Janet, we are very sorry.
Oh, no, Janet's on here? Oh, I'm so sorry, Janet. Damn it. I'm sorry.
There we go.
See, the funny part is, like I said, the audio podcast, if you listen to it, it's going to sound the same every damn time.
But you won't listen to that until, next Monday, so there's that.
I check everything else, but lately Windows has done an update about 2 weeks ago, and since the last show, it just switches it.
Let's make one of those little orange notes.
I know.
On there
I got my notes here for different things.
They're not orange, they're pink. I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Anyways.
Pink, so. Good evening, guys.
I feel like we have to start over again. I had such a good intro. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight. If you could share the show, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that fun bullshit, we would really appreciate that.
Support us.
Go to gigeconomyshow.com. You can find all the stuff there that you need. Of course, we have our merch. And then, obviously, I have a note on here again. Everyone... who called her Janice?
That would be me, and I think that is apparently why she was being all mad. And I'm sorry, Janet. That was definitely me.
Janet, he's from Denmark.
Yeah. Have a little bit of grace with me tonight.
I didn't say give him grace. I just said, oh man, I see that camera's messed up too. Oh, we are running on high energy. Jesper's half cut off.
That's okay. You can't see my stomach. That works. No, now you're cut off. Go the other side. Yep, that works. Right there. Okay. Right there.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Anyways, yes, 8 p.m., obviously. Janet, you remembered. Larry remembered. I know that had been a pain point for them, but anyways. Yep. And we got our picnic September 17th. Janet, or Janice, however you want to go with that.
No, Janet. It's my problem.
You're welcome to come. Of course, I think Larry might be coming to the picnic. I'm going to see Larry next week in Dallas.
You're so excited.
I'm so excited. Of course, Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. I'll see him in Dallas too. So, want to mention our Patreon members: Keith from Indiana, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud Dickman from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, and Omar from Detroit.
Yeah,
we know where he's from now.
There we go.
Real quick, just want to mention the Telegram group. That is where you can share stories, tips, all those fun things. If you go to our link in the description, you can join that Telegram group and talk shit and,
So I've been driving now once every weekend, and I'm trying to be in that group more and get people to talk more. Because that is one of the things I was missing the most, was just that back and forth chatter.
You got me to do gig work too. You notice the last 2 weekends I've only done food delivery, but I've been out the last 2 weekends. So,
well, it's all about that. I'm still trying to figure out whether Friday, Saturday, or Sunday is more profitable for me.
Yeah.
And, so far, excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. So far, I've tested 2 Sundays and 1 Friday. And then this coming weekend, I'm going to be doing Saturday. It doesn't really count because it's breakaway.
Yeah.
Which is not, it's not a normal.
That's not a normal.
It's not a normal night.
For sure.
But I'll be out Saturday night. I'm hoping to make bank. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to a local festival Friday and Saturday. So I've got to rest and then go up and do breakaway.
Want to give a shout out to Dave TV. He's in Texas near Austin. I just said I would be in Dallas.
There we go.
Never been to Texas before. Looking forward to it. Even getting some new ink down there. I booked a tattoo appointment. Yep, that's going to be my new thing. Everywhere I travel, I'm going to get a tat.
What are you getting?
I'm getting the Longhorn steers. I have some pictures to show, but
so you want to get it from that
yeah,
area.
I want to be like I thought about like what's
You'll
famous
get a Texas Longhorn.
Yes, Texas Longhorn. So I was like, I could do the Alamo. That's way too complicated, and I wouldn't want that. And I was like, what's something relatively simple that can be done in like 2 hours?
So is that going to be right above your penis then? Is that how you got See? I shut him up.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad I didn't have anything in my mouth because, oh, gosh, that didn't go right. I would have spit it out. Gosh, Jesper, that was a good joke. I was not ready for that. Oh, sorry, everybody. Caught me off guard there. No, I'm going to put it on the back of my arm, not above my penis. No one wants to see that, even my wife.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, my gosh. That was incredible. So anyways, back to our original point. Join the Telegram group. You can hear dumb jokes like that from Jesper. It was a good joke. But
yeah, definitely we're all trying to get that stuff back on track after the pandemic. And it's good to talk to people, on a more regular basis. Janet, you've been on there. I've talked to you quite a few times. And, of course, Larry and John. So it's just really good to be back. So.
Yeah, Dave TV, you should join the group.
Absolutely.
Link is in the description. You can text this to us. But anyways, so yeah, I'm getting the Longhorn, some variety of that. But yeah, it should be good.
But join the Telegram group because it is a lot of fun. And then the thing that I noticed the most, and I got to mention a little bit, is definitely rideshare has changed after the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm noticing, right? Because I didn't drive at all, Full Metal Jacket. I didn't drive at all, during the pandemic. So it was very interesting for me to come back on the road. And I know Janet can speak because she's been driving all along. You can speak to, obviously, how it was, during the pandemic and doing the masks and all that stuff. But I was very intrigued with, and I'm using the word intrigued because it is intriguing, but things have certainly changed.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see. People keep saying, I haven't done a bar night yet, but people keep saying that there is no bar night in Grand Rapids anymore.
Really?
So that's these Chris's words. And it says like, no, that can't be right. So hopefully that's not completely true. But it's just, so we'll have to see, because that was one of the things that was missing a lot too, was the bar night.
Do you think it's because it's summer too? The pandemic's kind of, it's still going on.
Summers are always slow though.
Summers are always slow in Grand Rapids. So with us having the huge lake shore, people go to the lake. Like they don't go to the bars at night. Megan and I went out. Now we were out a little early last week, Friday, and we went to a restaurant. We're like, there was like 2 tables with people in there. It was and now it was at like 6 o'clock. But 6 o'clock on a Friday, you would think, people getting out of work, and it was kind of dead.
But it's not the same.
No, it's
and
not
then
the
I
same.
noticed too that I was mentioning this to you, Jason. About half my riders still wear a mask.
That's crazy.
Which was interesting.
I would think maybe a quarter, but I can't believe half.
About half of them. So that was definitely
even on the bar night, like when you're doing.
So I haven't done a bar night yet, so I don't know.
Well, you've done like a pre-bar.
Well, yes, but no, that was about the same. I've been hanging out by the airport, which has been doing okay. It has, but it's a different crowd than the bar crowd.
Yeah, Jesper was complaining the other day. He was like, "Oh, I'm not getting any rides." I'm like, "Where are you?" He was like, "The airport." I'm like, "Well, then leave the airport if you want a ride."
And then I did get a ride to Muskegon County Airport. Talk about a tiny airport. Holy moly.
What was he? Why did he go from GR airport to...
So he was a doctor, and he was doing his residency in Muskegon.
Oh, okay.
And so he had not been paying attention when he booked his flight. And so he had booked it out of Muskegon, so that's where his car was. But it flew into Grand Rapids.
Oh, man. It's got to be expensive to fly into Muskegon, too, that little tiny airport.
Yeah, I don't know. He was going home. And so, he ended up having to take a car back to Muskegon, which is not nearly expensive enough because I didn't make nearly enough money. But he did. He was nice. He did tip me almost $17 in tips. So
yeah, and then you got a 10 spot from another lady.
I know. Yeah, on a Sunday I picked them up at 7:00 at the bar.
7 p.m. at the bar.
Yeah.
Well, when you're drinking on a Sunday at 7
they were doing
p.m.
day drinking. That's for
Oh
sure.
man,
they were down at the Monarch.
Jeez. Real quick before we jump into the. Jesper already kind of did his story, but Rideshare Rodeo, if you go to uberliftdrivers.com, you can go there and click on the podcast for Steve for Rideshare Rodeo, who I will be seeing next week. We might see some TikToks from us. I did my first TikTok today, guys, promoting the show tonight. Now, when I say my first actual me talking, not a clip from the show, and Steve duetted it. You know what a duet is, right? You're a TikToker, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
I sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I've never done Steve is like the professional TikToker. If you want to know anything about TikTok, reach out to Steve. But anyways.
Now I got to sign up for TikTok again.
Yeah. RideshareRodeo.com or UberLiftDrivers.com to get his show, and he's doing a great job. So the only story I had for the road, it was actually not on the road. I was actually picking up pizza at a local pizza joint here. And I saw a DoorDash driver come in and, they're doing their thing. And we kind of walked out at the same time. And I saw her get in the car and her car was running and she had a baby in the back seat. Ooh. And I'm like, dude, just today, the cop, someone stole a car with a kid in it. And they couldn't find it for 30 minutes. But I'm just like, and maybe it was locked. I don't know. Like, I can't tell you if it was or not. But I mean, I understand you got to make money. I really do. And I feel for you, and I'm glad you're hustling. I appreciate that 100%. But, I mean, you got to do better. You can't leave your kid in the car like that. And, again, I don't know if it was locked, but it was running because the lights were on, and I could hear the engine running. So,
and, I mean, yes, it is Grand Rapids, but it can still happen.
Well, this is it was in a suburb of GR. But, yeah, it can.
Oh, it can totally still happen.
Yeah. So, thankfully that not for the DoorDash driver, but the one today, they found the kid unharmed in the car, just parked somewhere. So
okay.
But anyways, yeah, just that seems a little dangerous. And I mean, bringing the baby in is a pain in the ass. So it is what it is. But
right. I mean, I guess if that's what you have, try and find a partner maybe so one can stay in the car and you can go do it.
She's a single mom. I mean, I get it.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah, it really is. So, all right. Gig economy in the news. First up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Lime scooters, which we have talked about time and time. Well, we've talked about it quite a bit.
You're a juicer, right?
I used to be a juicer, and I'm telling you, every time I drive by, I was actually working in the city today. My route is part of the city, or most of the city. And I was like, if I had a trailer, I would try it again. Like, I'm trying to talk myself into it because to me, it's like a passive income. I mean, it is, right, but it isn't. You pick it up and then you literally put them on the charger for 12 hours. And you could go do anything else. So in me, it's like you're like double dipping because you're put them on the charger. Yeah, it uses electricity, but
because you should wait till you get your sunroof and your
solar panels.
Yeah,
I know. Then I could be cranking them out. But it's just another thing. It's just like, do I need a trailer? Do I? And again, it'd only be super profitable in the summer, and I work my W-2 job in the summer. I don't know, but I don't know. I really kind of like the idea of doing it. It just seems like it would be. I think if you could get the volume, it'd be good. But anyways, in Grand Rapids, I didn't know they were doing a test pilot program, and they had Spin scooters were out there, which if you did work for Spin, you were a W-2 employee. You were not, and they drove around in the vans and third shift. And then they had Lime, and the city decided to keep Lime as their primary scooter. So,
last year they had both.
Yeah, they still do this year. So after the season ends, next year it'll just be Limes. But then I often think, you have all these scooters around and everyone says like, man, how do they not end up in the river? Well, here's a video. Oh, 10 of them in there. So how do they like...
Wait, was that Grand Rapids?
No. I found it I randomly had the story and who knows, my phone was probably listening to me and I found a TikTok. I mean, how do they
idiots?
Yeah, I get it, but how do you prevent that? There's really no way you can prevent it. If everyone, like the Kia boys they're talking about, right? If they ended up just Lime Boys, and all of a sudden I know that's the only thing I can think of. The Kia Boys sounds so much better, like a gang, but Lime Boys sounds weird. But anyways, if they just started chucking them in there, how would they stop people from doing it?
I can see Grand Valley male students do it.
What, like the bros?
Yeah, they just throw it in the river out there when they get home. But no, it's just.
Yeah.
People are idiots.
Yeah. You get drunk, you're just going to throw. I mean, I would never do it. But I'm just saying I can see how bros, like early drinkers. Well,
so here's the thing, though. The account is connected to your credit card.
Yeah, but you can just walk by a lime and throw it in the river.
True.
There's a couple of drop-offs in Grand Rapids that literally are over the bridge on Michigan.
You don't have to
just grab it and chuck it.
Yeah, that's true. But why would you do that?
Because people are idiots.
Yeah, we just went through that. People are idiots.
Right. Mark says magnet fishermen for the win. Yeah, but my guess is those things are fried after they're. I mean, you got about 30 seconds of them being in the river, and you could save them after that. But if they've been marinating overnight,
well, I mean, you would think they're probably fairly waterproof because they're just out there in the weather all the time.
That's a good point, but they're not submerged. That's the problem.
They're probably not submerged.
Tyler says he doesn't miss the scooters. He was a Bird FM last year. So
what's a Bird FM?
My guess is Bird
the other scooter. Yeah, we had that Bird too. Yeah.
FM must be I don't know. Fuck me. I don't know. Anyways, I don't think I'll ever get back into the scooter game, but I have this dream of giving my kid a side job and collecting them all. I'm I'm going to give you
Well, I think the thing you were finding was it took forever for the scooters to charge.
It does. You definitely have to have a ton of chargers and ready to rock, because if you have to swap them out, it took a good 10 hours to charge them. No, I'm sure you can buy fast chargers for them. But
potentially,
the chargers that I had were $15 just for one. I mean, not that that's expensive, but if you're getting 30 of them, I mean, that adds up.
Absolutely.
And 30 wouldn't even be enough. You'd have to have 50.
Right.
I'd have to do 50 around and then have a trailer. But again, unless they improve their geofence issue, I don't even know.
That was the biggest issue.
That was the biggest issue.
It was almost impossible for you to get rid of them.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was muscle them in my car. I can do that. That's no problem. I can put them on a charger, but trying to disperse them was very hard. So,
a fleet manager.
I like my name better.
Bird.
Yeah, the 4 amp chargers are about 40. Yeah, see, and then can you split it?
But how fast did that then charge?
Yeah, that's true. It would be worth it if it cut the time in half. So I don't know anything about amperage.
Maybe it's just like a Tesla. It'll get it to 80% in 10 minutes.
I wish. I wish it would be 80%. So, all right, you're up.
I am up. So now we have a. I don't even know where we got this screenshot, but Pete.
Yeah, where is that his ass tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. So the thing did you put it up?
Yep, okay. I'm always got it up.
There you go.
No, it's more like this.
Is that more like the right underneath the Texas Longhorn? Anyway, so I handed my order off to my neighbor who lives upstairs. Thanks for that info. I'm sharing the details of your issue. So the thing is, I'm going to read this up, right? But try and see if you can find something funny on this. Thanks for the info. I'm sharing the details of your issue with the live agent who will connect with you shortly. You are now connected to our support agent. Hello, my name is Dipshitter. Please give me a few seconds to pull up your account information.
Now, that can't be real.
Dave says he's gotten Dipshitter.
What? You have gotten Dipshitter? So maybe it's got to be a made-up name, right? I mean, I guess it could be a foreign name, and then, sometimes
or
names...
is somebody in DoorDash having fun?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're just like, I am so tired, I'm going to change my name to Dipshitter. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Every time they get there, they're like, who's going to be Dipshitter tonight?
Anyways, that's so funny. He says he absolutely has. I don't doubt it. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about, and this is lot of times we pull stuff up because we want to get your opinion, what you think about it. And
Right.
so I am going to play a video that I did heavily edited. So, but it's just about Uber raising the prices. And this person thinks that Uber is raising they always raise the prices, but raising the money they're going to give the driver. So it's about 90-second video, and then we'll talk about it.
This is an interview with Harry Campbell from the Rideshare Guy. 121,000 subscribers. Dang, he's beating us. Guys, make sure to subscribe to our channel, okay? We're not even at 100,000 yet. This is laughable. He's absolutely smoking us. And he's interviewing the Uber CEO. But yeah, he just asked him a question about driver earnings, and let's listen to this.
To know, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't use that per mile and per minute, it's sort of hard for drivers to know, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no question that the driver revenue is healthy compared to where it has been historically, and prices.
Here we go, my friends. Listen up. This is where he says driver pays increasing.
Has been passed along and more to, driver revenue is healthy compared to where it has been historically, and prices have increased for an Uber ride, and that has been passed along and more to drivers, which is totally appropriate based on the environment.
You guys hear that? He says costs of rides are increasing, and they're passing that on to the driver.
As a essentially small business owner.
So there you have it, my friends. Let me know your thoughts on this. But I mean, I don't know. Comment down below, and I'm gonna put. He better be putting his money where his mouth is, because I'm going out and driving for Uber. My car is finally getting repaired on the 15th, which is. Let's see, that is on Monday. Monday, my car's going to the repair shop. As soon as it gets out, I'm getting it inspected, and I'm driving for Uber and Lyft again. So, all right, guys, let me know your thoughts.
So a lot of people hate that guy. It's Dylan something. I don't know.
He's kind of weird.
He's goofy. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the goofiness. We're goofy too. It's nice to not have so much seriousness. But so, what do you think? It's not. He did start and stop it, but he didn't really cut it up. Like, I don't think it's been edited. He did say it that way, but I don't know what Harry's response was. I haven't watched it yet, and I'm a terrible person. I need to go and watch it. But
my first thought is it's already so different from market to market. So what does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it's. We all know that Larry makes more in Bowling Green than most people because their rates are different. So it's like, what does it even mean, right? I mean,
well, but the markets have always been different,
right? But I'm just saying that's the thing. Are we talking 1 cent a mile, or what?
Yeah. So
is it got to be marketable?
Comment in the chat. Full Master A says, "Bro, that guy doesn't drive for rideshare. That's why we hate him." I had thought that maybe he started the channel early on. Like a lot of those guys, like Dustin is driving. I can't remember Dylan. I can't remember his Hammersmith or something. I don't know.
But Dustin is driving though.
He's not. He hasn't driven in years.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%. He's got a whole new YouTube channel that he works. He does like sewer drainage now.
I did see that.
Okay. He doesn't even drive. I mean, he posts videos, but.
Okay.
But the revenue he makes on that, he was able to start another business. But anyways, so apparently that's why they don't because he doesn't drive anymore. Well, don't hate me if I don't drive. I try to, and Jesper's motivated me to get back out there. So
you drive ever so often.
Not much. Like during the summer, I've been trying to be disciplined, because I'm already busy with all the podcast stuff, and I try to spend time with the family and blah blah blah. But when my wife's working and the kids can stay home by themselves, screw them kids. I'm gonna go make some money. Anyways, so going back to that, I don't think. I think he's bullshitting. I mean, where has there's been no rate increase unless he's talking about incentives. If he's saying this is how we're in, he has to generalize though. Just like you said, the rates are different in each market, but it would be really cool if he could be like, yeah, we're giving it back to the driver. Here's a link to the spreadsheet where we added the miles per minute and stuff. And so we could verify that he's actually doing that instead of just like a fluff piece.
But they're not going to. It's always been a big secret, right?
Yeah.
That ever since they stopped doing the miles a minute, miles per minute, whatever.
Yeah.
It's been a secret as to what they're actually paying, and they want it that way. They have no interest in anybody knowing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that you're starting to drive again, so we can get real time
right
feedback from you instead of like people reaching out and stuff like that. Just like how you feeling things are going. I mean, obviously the rate is the same than it was before the pandemic. Right. Nothing's changed since then.
So for the 4 times I've been out, just real quick, my average is about, it's a little lower than it was before. But
But you're also not doing.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not doing bars yet, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And this coming Saturday, you can't really count on that because it's special.
Well,
but
go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was just gonna say, but I mean, every time I've been out, I've been more than $25 an hour, and that's after I subtracted my gas.
I mean, that's about what you were at before.
Yes, but there's still weekends.
Yeah,
and if we all know that, right? Well, for me at least, it was always the longer you drive, the higher your average is because your low hours gets minimized.
Yes. Oh yeah, it kind of eats in the good hours eat into your
exactly
low hours.
Right. So it's all about. If you say I'm gonna go out and stay out 8 hours, stay out the full 8 hours.
Yeah.
Don't give up after 4 hours because it's slow. Because if you do that, then you have your hourly rate sucks. Right. It's gonna even out over the whole night. But I would have still a weekends where I made $600 and $700 because I worked all weekend.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't done that yet, and I haven't experienced that yet. But I've been out. I mean, I was out. I was out almost 7 hours, and I still made almost $200.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. The first time I went out 2 weeks ago, I did like 25 an hour, and I did like 1960 last Sunday, I think. So it wasn't as good. Kind of took some crappy orders.
For 1 hour. Or...
Yeah, average after gas, it was like 1960 an hour. So, my question I was going to ask you. Are you want to put out a number where you're hoping to get for breakaway this week? Because I think it'll be off the hook.
I don't know.
The chain.
It all depends. I mean, my goals are very limited right now. I'm hoping for $200.
But I mean, since it's a special event,
right?
$200.
I'm hoping for $200. Yes. So again, I'm super busy all Saturday. So I got when I come home, I'm doing the Danish festival, and then we'll be home probably between 4 and 5. So I need to rest for like 2 or 3 hours. So I likely won't be going out until 8 or 9.
So you're going to be doing most of the after crowd then.
Correct.
The
That's
barfers.
my goal. Yes.
The barfers.
Well, that's okay. I don't care.
You're like easy $150.
Pay me $150.
Yeah.
I have kids. I used to change their diapers. So it doesn't matter to me.
I mean, it sounds you couldn't. Oh man, you would have to guarantee me like 40 an hour for me to go out and drive during breakaway. Like you would have to say, Jason, if you go out from 9 to 1 in the morning, I'll pay you 40 an hour. That's the only way I would do it.
What I will say though, once you get away from the from the airport, it does work to keep extra and comfort only.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Okay.
I stay busy enough with that.
I didn't think that thing still qualified for comfort, or have they not taken it off yet?
I'm still comfort. Nobody tell me.
So it's funny.
It's still very comfortable.
It is. Well, it's funny you bring that up because my car, both inspections are expired. Lyft will not let me get on. Uber, I can take Uber X, Uber XL. It's literally expired. It says expired in their app.
Right.
And I didn't, but I turned it on just for shits and grins. And sure enough, I got an Uber X request. So I don't know. I have to get that done this fall. But not that I do a ton of people delivery, but I want to have it in my bucket like we always talk about. Because who knows? What if there's a huge event and I'm like, oh shit, I can't even drive it because I don't have my inspections. So.
I do have to activate my Lyft bucket as well, even though I mean I'm not really pushing it too much.
You should, because what happens if you deactivate it from Uber?
It's Uber. They're not going to deactivate.
Well, clearly I don't have a valid inspection and I'm still able to
Didn't
drive.
You just say that?
I know. That's an idiot statement because
I mean, you really got to do some things, but I mean, I should, and I will. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I'm really
well, you have to get in the right mindset because chances are you're going to be emailing them for about 2 weeks back and forth.
If I get back on, then I have to start using Gary's apps and kind of switch between because
you should be using them anyways.
Well, my life is easy right now. I only have one app.
It's true, but you can still filter out the garbage, so you don't even have to tap decline.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, Gary'sApps.com.
One thing I have found, though, is after 6 o'clock, fairly often the airport searches at 5:50 an hour. At 5:50.
Oh, does it? After 6 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
So on Sundays.
Interesting.
So it'll kind of go up and down, but it goes to 5:50 and then it goes down to nothing, and then within 5 minutes it goes back up to 5:50 and then down to nothing.
Okay. So. Yeah. Tyler said he had a funny story today. Did an Amazon route, encountered an aggressive dog, threw that package in the driveway. Dog pissed all over it. Well, you have an asshole dog, you're getting an asshole package. That's what I say. All right,
there we
moving
go.
on. DoorDash for use.
So this is an interesting one. You took it up again. Okay, so your account has been deactivated. The one thing I kind of
just the first paragraph is the part you can.
Why your account was deactivated. We reviewed the suspicious or unusual activity and did not find any security issues or potential violations.
Well, then why did you deactivate me?
Well, then the other thing that I thought was interesting was the part of the last part of the second paragraph, which says your current balance will not be paid out.
I know, and it says okay. So clearly we signed this when we know right. None of us read it. We just click okay, accept. That seems illegal.
But we didn't find anything wrong, but we shut you off anyways.
Yeah, and you're not getting your money. What if you had the biggest week ever and you had $2K coming to you and they're like, nope, we're keeping it. That's got to be illegal. I would file with
maybe
the
that's
department.
why they did it.
I mean, yeah, maybe
we didn't. We just don't want to give you the money.
I mean, dude, that is crazy. Is that you're not getting the money? And that we didn't find anything wrong, but you got deactivated. And it may be a fluke because I heard a lot of people get sorry, I'm trying to find this picture to take it off. I know I'm John tonight. He's gonna be off for a little bit, but I definitely had seen a lot of people post that. I'm like, maybe it was a glitch, like their order system glitch that they had, but I thought that was interesting that they sent that. So
definitely.
I would file suit, Department of Justice or something. I would be like, you owe me $2K. I don't care if I sign this. This can't be legal. I mean,
right.
I didn't, yeah.
But are you going to pursue it if it's only $35?
Well, no. If it's $35, they can kiss my ass. I'm still going to try to get it, but I'm not going to hire an attorney for $35. So.
Right.
Okay, so this one's kind of a lengthy one. We're going to play it. It's about a Lyft driver getting attacked. And, she has something on her throat, and I thought, so I should have just let you guys watch it, but I'm going to put you out of your misery. I thought she was going to be like, the guy cut me with a knife. It has literally nothing to do with the story. So we'll see how much I can get through, but see what you think that she should have done different.
I'm a Lyft driver and Uber driver, and last night, technically this morning at about 4:30 in the morning, I picked up two men from a local pub, and I drove them about 45 minutes away to their destination. As soon as they got in the car, they were acting weird. They were acting really shady, and the guy in the front was saying a lot of unintelligible things that I could hardly articulate, but one of the things that he said was pretty much the guy in the back seat was his best friend, and what his best friend wants, his best friend gets. Immediately, I knew something was off, and I continued on with the ride anyway because I didn't have any actual proof. It was just a feeling, and they were making me uncomfortable, but they were drunk, so that happens. And, well, he said something along the lines of, if you were to sum up all the words that you've ever said in your entire life, what would it be? Just really odd things like that. And so the guy in the back seat, he starts masturbating loudly. And I look back, and that's exactly what he's doing. In that very moment, I'm like 5 minutes away from their destination, and he grabs my bag off of my lap, and I had to put my bag on my lap because he insisted on sitting in the front seat even though there was a whole back seat. And now I understand that was to give his friend a little bit of privacy. So as soon as he takes my bag off of my lap. Well, actually, before that, he took my drink, my Powerade, out of my hand, opened it, took a drink, gave it back. I don't know if he was asserting his dominance or what. Freaking weirdo. Anyway, so then he takes my bag off my lap, and he cups my vagina hard and grabs me hard. And I push him away from me. I pull over immediately, and I start screaming at him to get out of my car. I scream at both of them to get out of my car, using profanity and being very loud. It was about 4:30 in the morning, but it was still fairly busy because it was a Saturday, and there were still cops everywhere and people leaving the bar. So eventually, after about 3 minutes of me screaming at them to get out of my car, they finally did, and I called the police. Part 2 coming up.
First of all, fuck you with the part 2. If she would have said part 2, this is a complete sideshow. If a TikToker already says part 1 up there, I don't even watch it.
Right.
If you can't put it, you got 10 minutes on the platform. You can upload a 10-minute video to TikTok. Like, I don't need a part 2.
Because they want more content.
I know why they're doing it. But anyways, so several things wrong with there.
Right.
So she calls the guy the weirdo that takes her Powerade, but not the guy jacking off in the back. Like, what was up with both of those?
He had probably taken the Powerade before he started jacking off.
That's true. Maybe she got the things
but
mixed up.
Already when he takes the Powerade,
right?
I would out. Done.
Yeah.
Gone.
Or when he said, I want to sit in the front.
Right. I mean, particularly for right now, you don't even have to accept rides with people in front, right?
Is that still a thing? I thought they took that back. No, I'm pretty sure that's where it's back to normal.
Well, okay.
Either way,
I don't care. I let him sit in the front. But if there's only 2 people, right, you can say, go sit in the back. It's my car.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can go sit in the back. So, yeah, no, you're right. I would, no way. And she felt uncomfortable from the get-go.
Yeah, I feel bad for women. Guys are such fucking dirtbags.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
guys are idiots. And particularly once you start adding alcohol to the mix.
Yeah.
Guys are just jerks.
Well, we're not. There's obviously nice guys out there.
Well, yes.
But I mean, there's a lot of douchebags. Like, if my daughter's like, oh, yeah, I want to be a Lyft driver, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Like, you are not going to go into that. You're not going to have strange men get in your car with literally no protection. And hopefully she had a dash cam, but she probably didn't. Okay, real quick, I have to read this message from my wife. She just texted me. She said, oh, my God, I saw GR was... She still calls it GR. Even, like, instead of the Gig Economy podcast, she calls it GR Rideshare. So she said GR. Was live on Facebook, so I clicked on it, and the girl said, my vagina hard, and I had the volume all the way up. Hey, you never know what you're getting with this show. You gotta. It's like Jesper, when we go into meetings, he makes sure he has headphones on because he never knows what's going to come out of my mouth.
Gosh, Jason is a giant potty mouth.
Oh,
okay?
You think it's bad on this show? Off the show,
he's holding back.
Yeah, I am holding back. Dave says, unless you're under COVID regulations, Uber X allows for, and it does not protect you from.
How would you be under COVID regulations?
Because some areas, don't we remember?
I thought he was referring to the driver.
Oh, like he's under.
The driving had to like
quarantine.
Yeah.
No, because
you better not be driving if you're supposed to quarantine.
I don't know if you were on the show, if it was Gary or Steve, but there was I think it was Washington D.C. was still under COVID regulations at the time, so maybe that's what he's talking about.
It might be. Yeah.
Oh. Anyways. All right.
Strange.
Where we at?
I still haven't had it. You know that, right?
Had what?
COVID.
That's crazy that you haven't had it yet. So
my wife has, but I haven't.
Yeah.
So
Patreon.
Oh, yeah. I got to talk about Patreon. So please support us. Go to patreon.com/GigiConPodcast. Patreon.com/GigiConPodcast. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, I'm doing something else completely. Did I have my mouth open? And I
You're
was
like,
I'm a Neanderthal. I'm thinking.
I'm thinking he's going to say something anyway. So, yeah, please support us. You get one extra podcast a month. You get exclusive merch after a couple months. 3 months, I think it is.
3 months.
And it's definitely love. It's great. It's great to feel the love from you guys. So thank you, and please support us.
Here's a thought. I'm throwing this out here. I think I mentioned this to Jesper. Would the audience like, if you join Patreon at the higher tier, would you like a podcast without any ads? Like that would be your perk to get like no ads, because if you notice, you've listened to the show, we do place ads from Buzzsprout in there now, right. And then and it would be currently we don't have any sponsors, so you're not getting that now anyways. But I'd be wondering that, hence the ads on Buzzsprout. I'd be wondering if people would it be worth them to be able to get ad free, because I edit it, so I can make a copy and edit all that out. So
right.
Just thought I would just be curious.
It's an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea.
And then, let us know if you find the Buzzsprout ads super, super stupid.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's trying to do a balance. Right. They're working through it. So some of them I don't approve just because they're really stupid ads. I do listen to them.
Have I reviewed Solo? No, we have not.
Have we? Well, we interviewed them.
Well, yes, but have we reviewed Solo?
Reviewed it like using it?
Yeah.
No, because when we interviewed them, that was so new. It was just in Seattle. Like they've blown up since then. So
we should look at that again.
Yeah, we should.
We have a couple other ones coming up, so that's it's exciting stuff
for sure. Got a picture for you.
Hey, fatty. Just waiting at the store for your food. We'll let you know when I'm on my way with your food.
How many embarrassing
Star 2. Sorry, that was totally an autocorrect moment.
Right. How many marriages, relationships, text to bosses have been ruined with autocorrect? And like for that split second you're trying to correct it, like, oh my god, autocorrect. I know you love Apple products, and so you're super excited about this feature, but coming up next month, the new phone's coming out, and I'm actually upgrading finally. It's been like 5 years. My phone is like barely makes it through the day with a battery. I know I can get a new battery, but why put a new battery in an old, outdated product? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, with the new software, you're going to be able to edit your texts after you send them. So I know that's very common with Telegram. Like you can do that on Telegram anytime you want. But up to 15 minutes, you're going to be able to edit the text. You can't do that on Android.
Well, no, but that's also not very good.
Why? It'll show that it's edited, though.
Well, I know, but that...
No, it's not, because do you know how many times like I'm sending somebody a text and it's like it ends up autocorrecting something. Like my son's name is Sullivan, and I always, when I say Sully, it autocorrects to Sally. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I can quick go edit that word and not like put an asterisk and say, oh, I meant Sully. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
What would you think would be the problem with it?
Well, I guess for the autocorrect reasons, maybe. But, there's so many other reasons. You text something you don't want to text, and then they read it anyways. You really want to take the text back. And
yeah, there is. Well, it's like Messenger, too. It'll tell you if they unsend a message. But that should be their option to be able to do that. Like, if they send it and they're like, you know what, I regret that. I'm taking it back. You should have the option to do that.
Well, just apologize.
Well, no. If you can get out of it without getting in trouble, why not send it back? Mark says you can unsend to someone else running iOS 16, but if they haven't updated, you can't undo it. Yeah, majority of people upgrade or update their software pretty regularly anyways. Right. I don't know. He probably he works for Apple, so he probably has the stats on it, but I would guess most people do it pretty quickly.
I don't know why he would want to work for Apple. So.
I don't know. I love Apple. I would love to work from home, work for Apple. That'd be, if it was a lower level tech guy though, I'd probably shoot myself because the stupid questions you get. So,
a Pixel, get a Pixel.
Yeah, the Pixel's a nice phone. All right, moving on. So a DoorDash driver. I tried to find a video on this and I couldn't really find one, but I do have a picture of this. Basically a driver, and if you can look at that, it's kind of hard to look what that is, but that's some nuggies right there, some weed nuggets. And is that what they call them? Weed nuggets?
I have no idea because I don't even know what that is.
It's weed.
well,
nuggies, it's just like weed clumps. But basically a DoorDash driver or person got that, and, they were super upset about it. It was on the bottom of the bag he ordered to be delivered. So, my guess is that guy accidentally was going to send that to give it delivered. That looks like enough to, sell. I'm going to go back to that picture.
Unless this is what that place did. That's how they distribute their weed.
Yeah, and maybe it went to the wrong person by accident, because this guy obviously he called the news about it, or he called the cops. Yeah, that's a lot of dope. Obviously they don't know what happened. The man who received the order said the driver left and then came back and asked for the bag of marijuana. Oh, okay. He would give me my money back and refund more if I gave him the entire bag back, because he claimed that it was a medicine in a bag for his friend that was used for medical reasons. I missed that part when I initially read it. Yeah, right. That's a lot of medical marijuana.
Medical reasons.
Holy cow. And I don't know, where were they in Columbus? Columbus what? Ohio? Yeah, I don't know if weed's legal in Ohio. I highly doubt it.
Right.
So there you go. I mean, it would be a good, I bet if you were back in the old day with pizza delivery, I bet you could set up a sweet, you just order a pizza and you just deliver the drugs. You know, you'd have to be, you know what I mean?
I kind of heard that you could do that down from the chicken coop.
The chicken coop?
Oh, yeah. The one on
Hall Division.
Yeah.
Oh, is that still there?
Oh, yeah. It's still there. I wouldn't go in there.
No, it's not Hall. It's Burton in Division.
No, it's Hall Division.
Is it? Mm-hmm. There's one on Burton in Division, too. Something. But anyways.
Did you know, and you probably did, but did you know that the old Franklin changed name?
Yeah, it's Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah. I
knew that now.
Yeah, I work downtown. Like, that's my route. I was
this
down there.
I used to be MLK. This used to be Franklin.
Yeah, I drove that road today several times. So
all the things I'm finding out now that I'm driving again.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, where the cracked chicken place is. But
so
yeah,
this is an interesting article that's coming up. Are you moving on?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You're welcome to move on.
Well, I was on. Yeah. So Lyft creates a media division to cash in on in-car ads. So this is like Octopus, right? I mean, this is because that's what they're doing. They want to place a tablet in your car.
Okay, yeah. Then that
and so they want to put ads and they want to give some other stuff into it. And so last year they bought, I think it was last year they bought a what was the name of that company? They bought another media company that puts the ads on top of your car.
Yep.
And so using some of that technology they bought at that point, they want to now put a tablet in your car, and they're testing it in a couple of markets first.
Doesn't Uber own Octopus though?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, maybe they don't, because Octopus is the same thing. By the way, just as a side note, I'm struggling with Octopus right now. No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm gonna record. Let's not go there.
So our vision is to build the world's largest transportation media network, delivering value to advertisers while also elevating the platform experience for riders and drivers.
Well, if you're going to be the world's biggest, then it needs to be Uber, because you're not bigger than Uber.
So, well, who knows? The rideshare company made its first digital ad play with the 2020 acquisition of Halo Cars, which makes the rooftop screens to run digital ads. So that's why they have that one. So it also shows ads on the in-car tablets that allow riders to track their route, rate, and tip drivers and control the music through Lyft's partnership with iHeartRadio. Lyft said it plans to roll out the service to 25 of its riders in Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, and Washington, 25% of its riders. DC to reach millions of riders by the end of the year.
See,
so that's interesting. And the question I have is, and I'll ask you, Jason, would you put a Lyft tablet in your car?
Well, I would put an Octopus one in there if I did rideshare. I think it's great. I don't know why these companies haven't jumped on that. I know Uber kind of tries to be like, when Uber started out, we're the black service. They try to be fancy and whatever. I'm like, fuck that. You're doing Uber X at, $1 a mile. Like, put a damn tablet in.
55 cents for the gift, for the guest.
Yeah, but I'm just like, now the question is, maybe you said that because I was reading comments and doing other things too, but did it say that the driver would get any of that revenue?
Yes, so it's a revenue sharing model.
Yeah.
So, but it's still unknown as to how much the driver would get.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Right. Yeah.
But Lyft would sell it as a revenue sharing model.
So Octopus, I think if you're like super active, you can make up to $100. But where the show is making money on it, and it's a small amount of money, but is on referrals,
right?
Which is the referral pay is pretty good. So,
but why cap it? I guess that's my up to $100. If it's in the car and what's the purpose of capping it?
Well, I think they probably cap it because they're worried that people are going to take advantage. Because, like, how do you monitor if someone's in the car? You have to have some sort of AI, and maybe it's gotten better and they let you go above 100. But if you only know you're going to make 100, so at least they're only out $100 if someone's cheating the system, I guess, that you're only going to get $100 a month. I don't know.
But so here's the difference, though. Lyft has the advantage that they know there's an active ride, so they can just choose to pay just doing active rides.
Yeah, for Lyft, for sure, 100%, because they have the integration.
Right.
But yeah, with Octopus, I
get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But I mean, yeah, I would say at least. I mean, who knows how it's going to be, but it would be, beneficial, if you will.
Yeah, if a driver wants to drive 100 hours a week,
right.
Why are you capping this at $100 a month? And to me, $100 a month. I mean, as long as it's user friendly and I don't have to mess with it, and it's just like It doesn't have glitches. Because if you remember early on, I had a tablet when it first came out. There was a company that was running software. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember, but it was glitchy AF, and I had so much trouble with it. That was even before you could get tipped on Uber, and so they had a square reader on it and everything. As long as I literally don't have to do it. I can't remember the name of it, but I did get tips on it, but it became clunky. If I don't have to do anything with it, I would do $100 a month. I mean, who would turn down $100 extra a month?
Absolutely.
No one would, but I think 100 is way too low for any kind of work with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
I mean, I would like it just for the sake. I mean, one of the things that I did back when I drove pre-pandemic, I had a tablet in my car just so people could pick music. That was beautiful. Everybody loved it, and I got a lot of tips on that.
yeah.
I mean, do something like that.
Right.
Connect it with the car's stereo or whatever, so people can use it for those kind of reasons.
And if you're a new driver listening to this, don't buy water, don't buy candy. We're talking about
work.
It doesn't work.
No, not even for special events.
No.
I did it a couple times for Beer Fest.
I actually had a thought of like having my Venmo back there, and I've done this all the time. Like you go pre-bar, and you got Red Bulls and $5. Each of them are $5. You Venmo it and have a cooler in the front. Don't let anyone sit in the front. Like, I bet you could make money. And then on the way back, waters, $2 a bottle of water. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it would be a hassle, but I bet you could, I
actually have a cooler that you hook into your car system and then it just runs and cools down.
Really?
Electric cooler.
That'd be badass. That'd be perfect. So,
Arturo.
Right.
Arturo.
All right. Real quick, a TikTok, a couple of TikToks that Jesper shared. And Steve can chime in on this. I think it's only works on Android right now for Para, but we're just going to show this real quick.
I accepted this DoorDash order for $8. The tip estimation was correct.
So basically, it's just Para that runs in the background. I know they've had some trouble, and it's not Para's fault. It's a DoorDash thing. These guys are coders kind of working on the back end and trying to figure it out. But I tried to figure out if it was actually working for both platforms, but I think I've figured out that it's only working for Android right now. I don't know. Steve can probably, and he's probably talked about it in his show on Rideshare Rodeo. Go to uberliftdrivers.com to check that out. But it's just interesting that there's someone who was commenting on another app on that thread on that TikTok. And there's apparently a couple other apps that are doing that. I don't know. But you had to pay a fee, which I don't ever know why Para never charged a fee. And maybe because they didn't feel honest enough that they were that it wasn't going to be correct all the time. So they felt bad. I don't know. Like, they must have great venture funding or something like that.
Well, maybe they just never got to the charging yet, because you gotta have quite the platform and the offering for people to stay around.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, you would read people talking about Para and they'd be like, I would give my firstborn child for this app. Like, I mean, it's Para TT is down.
Yeah, transparency.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried to figure out what was up, and I read some comments here and there, and so apparently it's still down. But apparently
close to back, he says. So
yeah, I mean, DoorDash is gonna keep trying to F that up, in doing that.
Because they have no interest in telling you what it is.
Right. See, here's the problem though with Para. I mean, there's no problem with Para, but I'm running a bunch of other apps like Gary's apps too, and shit just gets confusing. Like,
oh yeah,
if they can integrate, which I mean, they probably could. It might be a little bit cleaner, but I've never actually used Para. I've only used Gary's apps. It seems to suffice for what I want it for, but
right.
Anyways, so
I'm actively using Moves now, and I like it.
Yeah, I have to get back into that too for sure. So just real quick, as we're wrapping up here, we're 50. Ooh, man, we are running long. If you do have a business and you want to grow your show, we'd love to have new sponsors. Obviously, it probably should be rideshare or gig economy related,
right,
for your car or anything, but we're happy to support the product that you're selling or a service. We have a pretty decent sized reach, and Yesper does great on the ads when he reads them, so we would love for you to support your business. You can reach out to us at team@gigeconomy-podcast.com, or just go to gigeconomyshow.com and you can reach us there too.
Absolutely. So, Gary's apps are the best apps.
Yep, Gary'sApps.com.
Is that ABS or APP? Oh, sorry.
I'm not even getting paid for saying that. So this is interesting. We can briefly talk about your next article because I think it's interesting. It is out of India. But...
Yeah, so this is the India Economic Times, but I found it interesting too because it's talking about. I read a lot of stories just in general about how the gig economy is changing everything.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just kind of like everybody is saying, well, 10, 15 years from now, about 50% of the economy, if you will, is going to be gig economy related, gig economy run. And so this here was kind of interesting. And this is obviously in India, and they have a service called Taskmo. And so what they're saying is that the youth participation is increased or has increased 8-fold between 2019 and 2022. And the interesting part is it's the age group of 16 to 23. Okay, so 16 to 23.
So that must be allowed in India.
Exactly. The Taskmo platform, which has over 7,500,000 registered gig workers, must be, offers over 15,000 tasks a day and caters to large enterprises, SMBs, and startups. As per data shared by the company in a release, close to 40% of the gig workers on the platform are youth between the age group of 16 to 23.
That's crazy.
So that is pretty crazy. Now, but you look, remember back when you were young?
Yeah,
that was many years ago.
Many moons.
Did we still have the dial phone?
Yeah. No, we had push button.
Push button.
But there were a lot of dial ones around.
But you wanted to make money,
yeah,
early on, and so if there's more opportunity, my daughter's 12, she wants to make money all the time, but it's the more opportunities for the younger people, if you will.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the whole, how are you making sure that's not going to turn into the quote unquote sweatshop model, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So that's, obviously lots of things to think about, but I thought it was an interesting article. 750% growth in terms of willingness to opt for gig jobs, right? So they want to try this. They want to figure out what that is. And so if you're not an influencer, if you're not, a YouTuber, well, maybe you can, use services like this to still go online and have a quote unquote work from home job, but early on.
Yeah, I mean it's out there. I mean, all these kids have smartphones. I mean, my kid's got at 13, she got her first phone. That's right. Our rule here. So, I mean, yeah. So that's cool. That's cool.
It'll be interesting to see. I just hope that they don't get a bunch of the jobs that are quote unquote like the post fake reviews and all that bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's just ruining the model. But right. I'm sure it's most of that.
Last TikTok right here, and we'll wrap up the show. It's called the McDonald's goodie bag, and see if you can find out what's wrong with this.
That is funny.
I was doing DoorDash today when I got a McDonald's order. With the order, they gave me a goodie bag for Driver Appreciation Day. The bag has candy and a free meal coupon. So I accepted all McDonald's orders today.
Okay, I'm going to play it one more time because Steve's comment was still up.
I was doing DoorDash today when I got a McDonald's order. With the order, they gave me a goodie bag for Driver Appreciation Day. The bag has candy and a free meal coupon. So I accepted all McDonald's orders today.
Okay. So basically they spelled appreciate wrong.
Well, yeah.
And hey, I'm a terrible speller, but if you're coming from McDonald's, can someone do a spell check on the Word doc before you print those out? I mean, that's ridiculous. Now, would you go there just because of that?
Do you think it was real? If it was all those fake?
Oh, you guys always
I mean, because I didn't even realize that it was spelled the appreciation wrong.
I didn't either. I had to read the comments.
But is it just a fake for quote unquote content
for TikTok?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I try to look at people unless it's glaringly obviously fake that they're not being fake.
But I mean, let's look at this from the other perspective. See, if this person went to the same McDonald's all day long, don't you think that the people would have stopped giving her more appreciation packages?
I mean, technically, if you're there to pick up an order, why wouldn't they not give it away?
No, that's true.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, Tyler says, heck yeah, I would do it too. Mickey D's has been on top of it since they initiated DoorDash penalty. Yeah, that's interesting. Remember, we talked about that about a year ago, that they were going to be like exclusive partners with McDonald's, but they got to get their shit together. So I would go back and had a coupon. Although I don't eat a ton of McDonald's, but had a coupon
for the candy alone.
That's true. The candy, I'd be there for the sugar, maybe not for the coupon, but
I wouldn't be there for the order at all.
Yeah, other than I love their fries. I think their fries are better than any fries on the market. I forgot to tell you, I tried a Chick-fil-A cookie.
Are they good?
They're really good. They're really good. I had a couple of rewards, so me and the kids went, and so I had enough for 3 cookies. So good.
And now you're hooked.
No, because my fries and chicken weren't great. That is the first time I had.
Isn't that the problem?
I had I swear to God, there were stale fries. I'm like,
it's just okay. I mean, it's not all that.
It's not. The cookie's dope, and they do have good tea, sweet tea there too. But anyway,
it's just not all that. It's like, seriously, I just waited in line 20 minutes for this?
Well, and that's the thing, too. Usually they're really quick. Last weekend, maybe they had struggle getting staff in, but we waited in line for 25 minutes for the food. I'm just like, bro, what are we doing here? But anyways, see, Dave, McDonald's fries are the best. They are, if they're fresh, they're insane.
So I actually read a story once, and I love them too. Okay, I love McDonald's fries. I do.
I love them.
But I read a story once about what goes into producing the potatoes.
Is it going to gross me out?
Oh, yes.
Nope. Don't tell me.
Well,
you can tell me. I'm still going to eat them.
You can find. No, I will too. But it's just, they have to be treated like crazy with chemicals and shit.
Oh, to get the perfect potato?
Yeah.
All our food's like that, though, dude.
But McDonald's goes all out.
Oh,
it's like they don't want potatoes with little eyes on it or nothing. No. They have to be really.
Yeah. Why do you think me and Dave love freaking McDonald's fries? Because they do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't go back because the rest of the food gives you diarrhea.
But they are and again, I eat them too, right? They're treated all kinds of stuff.
Anyways,
yeah,
I drink Monster Energy too, so
too much of it.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Please, if you are local or you don't have to be local, you can come to the picnic on September 17th.
September 17th.
And if you're on the live stream right now, please download the audio podcast, even if you don't listen to it. I mean, it sounds stupid, but we would love for you to download the podcast. Yep. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, any of the platforms.
And so how are they going to find you on TikTok now?
How are they going to find me? Just search the Gig Economy Podcast on TikTok.
Gig Economy Podcast on TikTok. You can see all the cool TikToks from Jason next week when he's on convention.
Yes. Me and Steve are probably going to do some stuff together. So
that's awesome.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.